You're watching NFL Daily. Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports, and we're going to be breaking down the latest going on around Cam Newton, around Baker Mayfield, DK Metcalf, and we're going to be talking about Bobby Wagner as well. One of the biggest names circulating out there is, of course, the quarterback of the Browns, and I'm not talking about Deshaun Watson. I'm still talking about Baker Mayfield because as it stands right now, he is on the team and would probably be the backup, right? Not probably, would definitely be the backup. Baker's trade market has been poor, which I'm not really too surprised about, and I definitely think Cleveland shot themselves in the foot by making the deal for Watson because now if I'm an NFL team, there's no chance in hell I'm going to go out and trade for Baker Mayfield because not only do I have to go out and trade for him, you're going to have to pay him nearly $19 million. So there was a report that came out today that the Browns were looking for a second-round pick for Baker. Yeah, not going to happen. Also in an article by ESPN, somebody said, and this was again a report in an ESPN article, some teams didn't even view Mayfield as a first-round pick in 2018, which personally, I'm going to call BS on that because I know a lot of people liked Mayfield. It's just some of these NFL GMs are saying, oh, he wasn't good? Yeah, I knew that. Sorry, I don't believe you. This is what Jake Trotter had to say on trading Mayfield today. Trading Mayfield, however, has proved to be problematic. Mayfield, who will be coming off left shoulder surgery, is guaranteed his full base salary of $18.858 million in 2022 because the Browns exercised the fifth-year option of the 2018 number 1 overall draft pick last season. If the Browns are unable to work out a trade, however, they might have to negotiate a release with Mayfield, similar to what they did with wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. last season. Mayfield would then be free to sign with a team of his choosing at much lower salary. So how about this, y'all? Go ahead and take a guess. And again, I always think there's that old saying, bad franchises stay bad, and we'll see what ends up happening here with the whole Deshaun Watson move. But the way that they've handled the Baker Mayfield situation, I definitely think has not looked good on their part. But look into your crystal ball. Let me know, where will Baker Mayfield play in 2022? When I think about the top teams that could go out and make a move for him, it's hard to think of, okay, which teams go ahead and make a trade. Because I don't really know if there is going to be a team that wants to pay Baker $18.8 million to be the starting quarterback of his team. I don't know if he's going to be the starter on that team. I do think that what you're going to see is a situation very similar to Odell Beckham Jr., where nobody goes ahead and they trade for him. He gets released, and then he ends up on a team like the Detroit Lions, maybe the Carolina Panthers, Atlanta Falcons, Seattle Seahawks, or the Houston Texans. Now, if Mayfield is released or if he's traded, we will keep you up to date here at Chat Sports. So, I got to make sure you do two things here. First, make sure you click that subscribe button. That way you don't miss a thing. And make sure you turn on those notifications. There's a reason we are, this close, 90 subs away from 286,000 because we're dedicated to our craft. Also, people who I know are dedicated, people who are part of the Noti gang. So we put out a video on March 30th. The first 5 people that commented on that very first video that went out on this date, shout out to Ghost, All Avina, Howard, Jason, Bill Nye, not the science guy, and then Bob Hewitt Jr. If you want to see your name on a future show, go ahead, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and try to be one of the very first people to comment. Adam Schefter, he had this to say on March 29th in regards to Cam Newton. I get it. Cam Newton is probably not what he used to be. Cam Newton is not Superman anymore. He's not the 2015 NFL MVP, but he is a household name. My mom knows who Cam Newton is, so that's why we're talking about him here on today's show. This is what Schefter had to say. Free agent quarterback Cam Newton is drawing interest, but also is remaining patient. I have teams that are interested in signing me, Newton texted. I am waiting on the best fit as it pertains to winning a championship and getting a fair chance to play. Now, I don't 100% believe Cam Newton when he says this, because if he's reporting to Schefter, a lot of times you see NFL players do this. Oh yeah, a bunch of teams are interested in me. Are they? Are you just trying to get that out there because, in fact, nobody's interested in going out and getting Cam Newton? But two things that he said in there where it still sounded like to me that Newton at least wants to compete to be a potential starter, and he also wants to compete for a Super Bowl. Here's what I would say to Cam Newton. Pick one. Because if you're going to be the starting quarterback of an NFL team, you're not winning a Super Bowl. If you do want to go ahead and win a Super Bowl, then it's okay. Be the backup, take less money. But if you're trying to live in this make-believe land where you're still going to be competing for a Super Bowl and be a starter in the National Football League, I'm sorry, that world does not exist. And if it does, please tell me, because that's a euphoric state. All right, so who's the better quarterback? We talked about two of them so far today, Baker Mayfield and Cam Newton. Very curious to see where you guys go, and I know a lot of times there's recency bias that can get in the way of these type of conversations. If you think Baker Mayfield is the better quarterback, I want you to go ahead and type 6. If you think Cam Newton's a better quarterback, type 1. I rip on Baker all the time. However, it is Baker Mayfield to me, and I don't even really think it's all that close. Now, I don't know about y'all, I'm always trying to get brand new NFL gear, and we got a whole bunch of new NFL jerseys. Why? Dude, this offseason has been one hell of an offseason. So if you see a favorite jersey of yours that I'm showing over here, whether it's Russell Wilson's Bronco jersey, whether it's the Tyreek Hill jersey in Miami, Davante Adams to the Raiders, or Deshaun Watson in a Browns jersey, plus this link that you see below, chatsports.com/NFL jersey, has hundreds, and I mean hundreds of jerseys available, not just the ones I showed you. My point was more of all the new jerseys of all these players that just got traded or have signed with new teams. They're also going to be there available. It's chatsports.com/NFL jersey. That link is going to be available for y'all in the comments and in the description of today's video. I love trade rumors, and this offseason has inspired me in terms of anything is possible on any given day, right? I don't want to hear, oh, that player's never getting traded. I know we talked about Russell Wilson trades before, and a lot of Seahawks told me, go shove it. Well, how about this? More rumors here around DK Metcalf, and there's been rumors that the Seahawks are listening to trades, and they could decide to trade away DK. And if he is ended up traded, I think he ends up getting a new contract. The fact that they already moved away from Russell Wilson, if I was part of Metcalf's camp, I'd be like, well, Seahawks, I don't think are trying to win right now. I don't want to try to catch the ball from Drew Lock, and if there's a team out there that's willing to trade for me and give me the contract that I'm looking for, I would absolutely do it, because let's be real here, DK Metcalf coming off the last 3 seasons that he's had, I don't see him putting up over 900 yards. I don't see him putting over 10 touchdowns, and if you're trying to get a new contract, if you're trying to prove to teams down the line that you're worth these top dollars, you might want to go ahead and make the move right now. And if you're Seattle and you know that you don't plan on giving DK a fat contract, keeping him around there for a long time, trade DK right now for a first-round pick and really fully embrace and go into that rebuild. When I think about some potential destinations for DK, these are the top 5 teams that jump out to me. If he's trying to go to a contender that needs a receiver, I do think the Green Bay Packers make a lot of sense. The Chiefs make sense, though. I don't understand their logic of, let's trade away Tyreek Hill to get DK Metcalf. Not that I don't think DK is a hell of a player, but Tyreek fit that offense and really help Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy be what they truly, truly were. The Washington Commanders have been almost all in. The New York Jets, they love athletes. DK's a hell of an athlete. And then the Philadelphia Eagles are another sneaky name to keep in mind. So how about this, y'all? Where will DK end up playing this season? If you think he's going to be on the Seattle Seahawks, go ahead. Type that S down in the comments. If you're like, you know what, Mitch? I think he's going to get dealt. I think he's going to go somewhere else. Cool. Type other, and if you want to be an overachiever, when I go through the YouTube comments after today's live show, I'll see. So if you want to type other, and then you also want to go ahead and type which team you think he's going to go to, please, I would appreciate it. The last player I'm going to talk about was also on the Seattle Seahawks last year, and it's Bobby Wagner. He was released by Seattle this offseason, ends up saving about $16.6 million for Seattle. In terms of what is he looking for, a report today from Peter King said that Wagner is looking for $11 million a year. He's also open to signing a 1-year contract, and he wants to play for a contender. If I was a contender and I saw that report, 1 year, $11 million for Bobby Wagner, sure, I do think linebacker is one of the easier positions to be able to replace in the National Football League. I look at linebacker the same way I look at running back in terms of the offense. But Wagner last season, you can make the argument as a top 5 linebacker still. Had 170 tackles. He's been in the league for 10 years. He's an all-pro 8 of those years. If I'm a team and I'm like, not that anybody really truly needs a linebacker, but if you can add him, be a captain on and off the field, I think it'd be crazy not to at least consider it. So what do y'all think? Where will Bobby Wagner end up signing in free agency, I could see him being patient. I could see him waiting a little bit because a lot of times when you're a player like Wagner, the Honey Badger, even Stephon Gilmore, you know your value. You know that every NFL team realistically has a sliver of hope or sort of wants you at least a little bit. So maybe you decide to wait until after the draft. You wait until after the draft. Somebody didn't get the linebacker that they wanted, and then your asking price can go up a little bit. That's what I think Bobby Wagner ends up doing. But let me know what y'all are thinking. Where will Bobby Wagner end up signing this offseason?